is November 4th. This is the Mayor's Coffee Chat. I hope that you're having a wonderful morning. I wanted to do this outside today, but I couldn't find a table that I could get quickly because it's beautiful outside. Let me take a look here. Yeah, I'm going to go to the dashboard on my end so that I can see your comments. So if you have a comment or a question, please drop it in. If you have a question, especially, please drop it in the comments, and I will try to answer it as best I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it out and post it here on the initial question so everybody can see the answer. So it's November 4th. It doesn't seem like it should be November already, but it is November 4th. We are having a Veterans Day celebration tomorrow. It's an annual celebration during the week. It's usually a week before Veterans Day, but it's tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Largo Community Center. It is free for veterans and a guest, but you have to get advanced tickets, and you can get those either at the community center while they're available. I think there's still seats available, or at the Palms of Largo, who really sponsors this event and helps make it happen. But Christina over there at the community center is one that kind of heads it up at the community center. Good morning, Stacy. Thanks for commenting, so I know that somebody's that is working. And then so that's tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. It does include lunch and some entertainment, and it's a really nice kind of breakfast meeting for veterans in Largo. This week also we have kicking off this fall's Movies in the Park at Largo Central Park. It is on Friday evenings for the next 3 weeks. This week is How to Train Your Dragon. That's the movie. It starts around 6:30. It kind of depends. As soon as it gets dark out, they start that movie up. Bring chairs and blankets. It should be a beautiful evening Friday night for a movie in the park. It's How to Train Your Dragon this Friday. Good morning, Gorman. And then next Friday is Superman. I think the week after that is Dogman. So Superman the movie and then Dogman the movie on the next consecutive weeks. Again, right around 6:30 at Largo Central Park. Great for the whole family. Bring some chairs, lawn chairs, blankets, you name it. Beanbags are spectacular for that, by the way. This Thursday, I'll be at the groundbreaking for the new Whataburger on Almerton Road near Largo Mall. Whataburger used to be, there used to be a couple, there used to be one on Almerton Road several years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago now. And they pulled out of Florida, and I believe this is the first location coming back into Florida as they're re-expanding into the state of Florida. So that's kind of exciting that we're getting another first here in Florida. And there's a groundbreaking at 2 o'clock. So probably not quite as exciting as a ribbon cutting, because at the ribbon cuttings they're making food and they give it to people. But there's a groundbreaking this week for that store, and I think it's where Joella's was. So next Tuesday is Veterans Day, and on Veterans Day we will have a Veterans Day ceremony at the Memorial Circle at Largo Central Park. Please join us if you can. It's just under an hour long. It's a really nice ceremony put together. We have a great speaker this year, so I hope that you can make it out there on Veterans Day. Because City Hall is closed on Veterans Day and city operations are closed on Veterans Day, remember next week, if your trash day is Tuesday at your house, it's residential is affected only, but if your trash and recycling day is Tuesday, that's going to push to Wednesday next week. So take your trash out if it's normally picked up on Tuesday, take it out on Tuesday afternoon or evening, and it'll be picked up on Wednesday because those folks have Tuesday off. And commercial pickup is the same as it usually is, so there's no change with commercial. The 27th is Thanksgiving again. Again with solid waste schedule, there will be a slight move there. If your residential trash day is on Thursday, it will be moved up to Wednesday. So that one's a little harder to remember, but if your normal pickup day is on Thursday for Thanksgiving. It's going to move to Wednesday. So get that out on Wednesday so you have an empty can for all that leftover stuff that you're going to throw. Well, the packaging and stuff from the food that you make for Thanksgiving. Let me see. Also, that night, this is kind of it's a well-known secret. That night, Thursday evening, is when we turn on the holiday lights in Largo Central Park. So I encourage you. A lot of Largo families will finish their Thanksgiving dinner, and then right as it's getting dark, go and walk it off over at Largo Central Park and really kind of kick off the holiday season. So lights go on. I think it's right at dusk at on the 27th, which is next Thanksgiving Thursday. Let me see. We do have a city commission meeting today. It's not a. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the consent docket, but there's a proclamation for Native American Heritage Month, which is the month of November. So we'll hear about that. We will be getting an update on the Horizon construction. I looked through the whole document, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but most of it is really kind of short checklist things. I wrote it down. Their plan is that it will be all done before Thanksgiving. So pretty much done with all their stuff before Thanksgiving, and then final inspections before Christmas. So finalized, everything's done, all wrapped up before Christmas. So they expect to be pretty much done by Thanksgiving and then completely done by Christmas. I don't know the difference between those two, pretty much done and completely done. But part of it is final inspections, so that'll take a little bit of time in December. But there's a full update. If you're interested to see that, it's on the agenda. Look up the agenda for tonight's meeting, and there's a really nice spreadsheet that says exactly what needs to be done. Some things that you just don't even think about, but road work and sidewalk work, and they're installing some more landscaping and just stuff that isn't quite done yet. Some stucco patching and stuff like that. So there's also a future land use amendment on the agenda today that we'll be discussing, and it's for the City Hall site. I was trying to look up density because the proposal is to go from institutional to residential office retail, which residential office retail is a medium density impact mixed use land use category. So it doesn't allow for high density housing, like tall apartment complexes and that type of stuff. But it does allow for stuff like hair salons and restaurants and other office and retail type things. So I think that's a good fit for there. I was before the meeting tonight, I'll confirm exactly what the density is. Oh, hey Terry, thanks for joining us. Yes, you always can do chalk art on sidewalks. Chalk art is encouraged. And thank you for the brilliant question, Terry. The City Hall site will be considering a land use change from institutional to residential office retail. Importantly, good morning, Doug. You should take a look at if you're interested, take a look at what is allowed on institutional land use, because that property is deemed institutional because it was a city office, and you can put a lot of things that are very high impact on a neighborhood in an institutional. So I think it's a smart move to move it from institutional to residential office retail. Again, I'm going to check the density on that between the end of this meeting and tonight. I think I know what it is roughly, but I want to get the exact numbers. We also have the approval of the fire service agreement for Station 43, which is agreement between the City of Largo, Pinellas County EMS, and the cities of Bel Air and Bel Air Bluffs. As you probably know, Station 43 is located in Bel Air Bluffs, and it services that whole west side of central Pinellas County. So Harbor Bluffs, which is unincorporated county, Bel Air Bluffs, some other unincorporated areas, and the city of Bel Air. Now they share the expense of paying for that station, and the city of Largo's fire department provides the fire service in that station, fire and EMS service in that station. And so I'd like to thank Mayor Arbutine from Bel Air Bluffs and Mayor Wilkinson from Bel Air and their staffs who really kind of put their heads together in the last couple months to come to an agreement on how it was going to be split. They never had any. The challenge was that there was a cap on the increase, and that we were it was costing us more than we were able to recoup. And we went to them and said, listen, we have to recoup our entire costs for providing the service, and they all agreed on that. The thing that took a little bit of time is how they were going to split that up. So I'm glad that everybody kind of got together. We'll see that tonight. It's already been approved by the other entities, so I'm happy to be moving forward with that. They love that fire station and the service they get from over there, and frankly, the folks that serve out of that fire station really enjoy it as well. So it's a good thing that it's going to be wrapped up. Some updates on some city projects. I already gave you the update on Horizon, but for more details, you can look at the agenda for tonight's meeting. It's in there. Rosary Road, I think it closed eastbound on the 14th of October, right around there, and it was closed because they're putting in, the county's actually putting in a large water main down that road, and I've said this multiple times, the city does that way better than we used to. If we're doing a road project, we always now look at what's underground and how close it is to the end of its useful life, and replace it if it makes sense. So new potable water line, the county's putting that in under the east side, or the eastbound side of Rosary. The good thing is that it should be good for a long time. You know, you've seen road projects in the past where the city goes through or the county goes through and repaves the road, and then 3 months afterwards they have to tear up a section of that road to put new potable water or new sewer. So we take a good look at underground while we're, especially on a project like that, while we're working on that road. So it's should be a long time before we have to dig into it. So I expect that Rosary eastbound would be reopened for traffic in the next couple weeks. That's the plan that was put out back in the beginning of October. FDOT, is, you've probably seen this, is working out on East Bay. Right now they're narrowing some of the medians. As you probably read in the newspaper, the FDOT, the state, is planning to have some bike lanes out between Highland out to Belcher, and so they're narrowing some of the medians to have a little bit extra room on the road surface for some dedicated and protected bike lanes. The landfill on Pine Street. So I don't think that's a landfill. It was oh man, was it something with an A? They stored dirt and stuff there. It wasn't a landfill. I mean, I'm sure that somebody put trash on that site, but and it's in the county, so I don't have specific information on that. It's not within the city limits of Largo. I've seen some proposals, as you probably know if you're asking the question. There was a proposal several years ago for some housing. I don't know. I am trying to follow it as much as I can, but I don't have any more access to that information than you do, because it is in Pinellas County and not, I mean, it's outside of the city limits of Largo, so they're not coming to us with plans or anything. So, but I'll if I can find any more information out, Barbara, I'll put it on this. Let me see. The other thing was FDOT. So that's kind of my updates on big public projects happening in the city. That we are working on a raised crosswalk near Ulmer Park on First Avenue Southwest. It should be done in the next few weeks, and that's just connecting just along Ulmer Park, between Ulmer Park and the townhomes. We're making the crosswalk there raised up a little bit, it'll kind of serve as a speed deterrent too, and it'll help protect those pedestrians a little bit more, because you're going to have to slow down to go past that. And that's it. I'm off today. I want to tell you a little bit about this. I'm off today right now to an AMI Kids Pinellas Community Forum. I didn't know what AMI Kids was. It's an organization that helps foster teens, mostly foster kids, reach their full potential. So they've got a lot of different programs, from housing all the way to job training, to tutoring and that type of stuff, to help these kids, help support kids that may not be getting the support that they can through their foster situation. So it does a really great thing. They're having a community forum with myself. There's Pinellas County, somebody from Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, our fire chief, and we're going to just sit down and chat with about 18 or 19 kids between the ages of 13 and 18 that are in foster care over at AMI Kids Pinellas. They're doing great stuff in here in Pinellas County, and AMI started in Florida, but it's around the state. So I'm pretty sure it started in Florida. One more thing I wanted to mention: I just posted this on this Facebook page. A lot of people were asking about a text that they just got yesterday or the day before. I didn't get the text, so I'm not sure what list they're using, but it went out to a lot of people. And I'm trying to find a picture of it real quick. And it looks like it's from the city of Largo. Looks kind of like that. It says, attention, something about, it says, conducting a short survey on important issues to residents of Largo. So it kind of seems like it's from the city. It's not from the city. I did some investigating. It's not something, we do send out surveys, but this is not ours. But Dynata seems to be, it is a legitimate data collection entity. It's a company that does surveys. So I don't know who it's for. Sometimes they'll do their own surveys and then sell the data on the back end. So it doesn't seem like, it's just some of the questions. I went through it, and some of the questions that we wouldn't be asking. So I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with taking the survey. Do that at your own risk, of course. But it's not from the city. A lot of people are asking that, so I figured I'd let you all know. I hope you guys have a great week. If I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and remember those changes in your solid waste pickup, and I will see you soon. Thank you.
My name is LaRon Roberts. I'm a solid waste driver for the city of Largo. My role is I'm what they call a claw truck driver. So we drive around picking up bulk items. So anything that doesn't fit in your trash can, we're the one that pick it up. Refrigerators, cabinets, dressers, couches. I got diagnosed in 2019 by my doctor, running regular lab tests, and he saw that my kidney functions were off. And then you know how they do, they ordered more tests, and then eventually they determined that I had a genetic disease and that my kidneys were starting to fail. And so in 2023, they called me up one day, said, we got lab work, doesn't look too good, come to the hospital. And that's when they put me on dialysis. I had to have surgery. That the day they called me to the hospital and they admitted me, they had to put a port in my stomach. And what it is that every night I hook up to this machine, and then in the morning, the theory is that it got all the toxins out of you. They don't make it easy getting on the transplant list. I've been trying for almost 2 years now. I finally last month got on the list. And that means that now I'm able to receive a kidney. I go through Tampa General, and they have you go to their website, the Live a Donor program, and what it is that you can call them, and if you want to be a donor, they'll send out you a blood kit. You take that kit to either Quest or LabCorp. They'll test it and let you know if you're a match. So having a kidney would help me live a better life. so I can do more things with my kids, so I don't have to do 9 hours a night of dialysis. Because, I work 10 hours a day. I get off at 5, get home about 5:30, and then at 8 o'clock I have to hook my machine up. So that only really gives me, 2.5 hours of time to rest before I have to be on that machine all night long. So, it's very challenging. Some days, it's a struggle, but, life happens, and, I'll get through it, and hopefully when I get my kidney transplant, I'll have a better life. What gives me hope? To know that, because when I go to my doctor, I'm in the waiting room with other people with kidney disease, and I see that they have lived long lives, long, happy lives, and sometimes you talk to them because sometimes you're waiting there, half an hour, 45 minutes to see the doctor, and they tell you their stories and how they had kidney disease and they got a kidney transplant, and now they're doing well and they're living happy lives, and that this is only a temporary setback in your life, that it doesn't have to define you. It doesn't mean that this is over. Because when I first got diagnosed, you know how you go in that I'm gonna die kind of mindset, but then you realize and you start talking to people that no, this is not the end. Yeah, what gives me hope is knowing that there's other people out there with the same disease that have lived long, happy lives.
Hi, I'm Sheridan, and I am at the beautiful Largo Central Park. So excited to share with you some of the amazing things that the city of Largo has been doing this year. Despite an unprecedented hurricane season, our community's resilience shined. Every team member played a critical role in making Largo the community of choice with their commitment to being one team with one mission.
There's no I in team, and our staff has proven that time and time again.
You said there's no I in team, but there's a hell of a lot of go in Largo.
Yeah, for sure. And I am so proud of our staff, everything they do. Our staff do an awesome job.
This team here does a fantastic job, and it's just amazing to watch and hear the reports.
Earlier, our staff is amazing, and our EMPC, which is the policy committee that's around emergency management at the city, just experts in every little segment, and really making tough decisions for the benefit of our city.
It's really humbling to see how the teams really pulled together for the community. And so from the bottom of my heart and the rest of administration, really appreciate all the hard work that you did. Just thank you. Thank you very, very much.
As our community continues to recover, several key projects are in the works that highlight Largo's commitment to a brighter future. Long before the historic rainfall of 2024, Largo was already looking ahead. We began designing a stormwater retention pond along Clearwater-Largo Road to combat flooding. This intricate project, now in its final stages, involves roadway grading, under drain, and swale improvements to address drainage issues at 6 cross-street intersections. But that's not all. We're also safeguarding our vital sanitary sewer system lift stations. These critical pumps keep Largo's wastewater flowing to the reclamation facility, and flooding can bring them to a halt. To stay ahead of future weather events, we're planning to relocate 2 lift stations, ensuring they remain high and dry even during severe flooding. Resilience isn't just about water, it's about power too. At the Highland Recreation Complex, we're investing in a new high-power generator funded by the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA. This $500,000 powerhouse is a lifeline for the entire facility, ensuring it stays fully operational during power outages when Team Largo and the community need it most. And we are not stopping there. We are harnessing the power of the sun. New construction projects like Horizon West Bay and downtown Largo feature solar panels, and our partnership with Solar United Neighbors is helping residents tap into solar energy too. reducing the cost of installation and paving the way for a resilient future. And if you didn't already know, Largo is on a mission to provide superior services that inspire community pride. And to help achieve that mission, Largo has trained its eye right here at Largo Central Park, where recreation and family fun are moving full steam ahead. That's because Largo continues to invest in our partnership with the Largo Central Railroad and the iconic miniature trains that have been chugging along for 30 years. And to keep these charming trains rolling for many more years to come, Largo is currently constructing a new railroad storage and maintenance station.
This new building's instrumental because we're actually in the process of renewing the entire railroad, so that way it can be with us another 3 decades. We were still operating out of basically old shipping containers and old semi-truck trailers that we had donated to us when we were at the very beginning back in 1991. And we had tried to keep them up, but they were showing their age. Sometimes you'd open them up and it would rain inside. We'll have a safe place to keep our trains. We're going to have a safe place to take and work on them because they require as much maintenance as the big guys, essentially. But we also get to make those memories that the kids take with them. And then the best part is when we get to see them come back 10 years later or 5 years later as they get older and they have their interest.
As the miniature trains wind their way through the park, they bring joy and excitement to everyone who visits. And just a short stroll from Central Park to right here at downtown's Ulmer Park, you'll find 2 events that are bringing the community together with music and more. I'm talking about Largo Live and Largo's Evening Market, which are inviting residents and visitors to downtown Largo.
You know, it's so cool to sit out and see young families, older couples, just people of different ages coming out to be part of the community and part of the event. And I love being able just to come outside and walk across the street and go and listen to live music on Fridays. It's great. It's a fun time to get out and just be with your neighbors. It's just important to have these types of events to get people out and show what Largo's capable of doing, and show how walkable and friendly Largo is. It's a great place to live, to raise a family, to grow old, whatever your stage of life is. It's a great place to be.
So the evening market, it definitely has grown. Started last July was our first one, and they started off with around 40 vendors. And it's grown into what it is today with around, I think, 80 vendors. I see the Largo Market continuing to kind of bring that sense of community. It definitely is very nice to see the markets because this whole park just fills up, and it's so cool to see people enjoying this small little park in downtown Largo.
Between these 2 events, neighbors both near and far are gathering to enjoy live music, local vendors, and a vibrant atmosphere. As you can see, these projects are enhancing our community and bringing us closer together. Other notable accomplishments this year include investing in community spaces that serve the public every day, such as the Southwest Pool renovation, set to make a big splash by bringing competitive high diving back to Largo. And the addition of new seats and upgrades at the Central Park Performing Arts Center, enhancing the experience for performers and guests alike. Strengthening the infrastructure that keeps Largo moving, including improvements to Rosary Road that pave the way for better connectivity and more options for walking, biking, and driving across our city. Delivering modern, award-winning public safety services from the opening of the new Fire Station 39, improving health and emergency response in Southwest Largo, to national recognition of Largo's homeless outreach team, honored in Washington, D.C. with the Attorney General's Award for Distinguished Service in Community Policing. And embracing innovation to improve how we serve our community with the launch of the Largo Civic Access Portal, an online platform that makes permitting more flexible, more accessible, and more resilient for the future. Together, we are building a resilient and vibrant community. Stay tuned for what's on the horizon in 2026, like the opening of Horizon on West Bay, Largo's new City Hall, and more, as well as Largo's new strategic plan, which will guide planning and decision-making for years to come. To learn more about how that's so impactful to your services, visit largo.com/strategicplan. And please get involved and stay engaged in Largo's budget process throughout the year by visiting largo.com/budget today.